It's the Melchizedek News Hour. It's the Melchizedek News Hour. Shalom, family. Shalom. Aloha. Come on into the Melchizedek News. Come on in. Come on in. It's the Melchizedek News Hour. I see y'all in the live chat. Come on in. Shalom, Brother Greg. It's the Melchizedek News Hour. Give it just 1 minute to let all the rest of the family get in here. Yeah, come on in. Let's talk about these headlines on this Monday, May 13th. Good to see you, Brother Greg. Shalom, Brother Durrell. It's good to see you. I hope you had a good weekend celebrating your anniversary. I think I saw 20 years. All praises to the Most High. Where is everyone at on this Monday, May 13th? Let me see y'all in the live chat. Come on in, come on in. Yeah, Brother Greg said, any good news? Brother Greg, I got something for you. Shalom, shalom. Welcome to all those coming in. Good to see you, Brother Jason. Shalom, shalom to all those coming into the live chat. Welcome to the Melchizedek News Hour on this Monday, May 13th. If you're new to my channel, this is your sister Chaya. I'm broadcasting live from Maui, Hawaii. And I'm going to be honest, it's still like morning here, you all. I'm in my jammies. It's a little after 11. And I would have came on screen with you all, but these jammies feel quite comfortable. It's some overcast and a little rain outside, and I'm just not feeling like being seen right now, okay? To all those in my live chat, I thank you for joining me, always holding me down, my brothers and sisters there. I saw Brother Greg in the live chat. It's good to see you, my brother. I saw Brother Durrell. He's over there on the other side of the country. Brother Durrell said, yeah, it's nice here today, 79. Woo-wee. Brother Durrell, you're in D.C.? Where you at, Virginia? I forgot what state you're in. Shout out your states to those that are in the live chat. I see you there, Sister Anaya. I know you and your sister, Super Audi 123, shots out. You're over in the UK. Let me know how the weather is doing. Brother Greg said it's 79 degrees. Man, sunny. Ooh, that's nice. It's nice here in Maui, Hawaii, Brother Greg, as far as the temperature. But honestly, it is a little overcast and some rain, and that's why I did not come on screen. Because I'm in my jammas and I'm just feeling good. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, VADC area. Shots out. Brother Jason, I know Brother Greg is in Kentucky. Brother Jason, where are you? And those that come into the live chat, it's good to see you all on this Monday morning. And I pray that everyone had a good weekend. Those that are joining, those that may be watching later, I do pray that you had a good weekend. I know a lot of people were sending me text saying Happy Mother's Day and stuff. I appreciate my brothers and sisters, with the Mother's Day shots out. Unfortunately, Sister Chaya, I don't acknowledge, pagan holidays. I've just, my eyes have been opened up to this whole illusion of things that we thought were, legit, especially regarding the holidays. But nevertheless, just because I don't celebrate or acknowledge holidays, I respect my brothers and sisters. We all have been given free will. I know that many people just don't understand just how much things have been corrupted. So I appreciate you. Every day is a day to celebrate what the Most High is doing. Every day is a day to celebrate life. Unfortunately, we think that we have to take just one specific day and give honor and, to the people in our lives. No, we do that by our example on how we live, how we forgive them, how we show them love. That's how we live our life. It's the lifestyle, living for Christ. This is the Melchizedek Network. For those that are new, it's the Melchizedek News. This is the channel that represents for the true Messiah, the King of Kings. Yes, this is why I do this. This platform is to give glory to Yahusha, Yahushai, Christ, our brother. Yes, the Father. He's our creator. And his son is doing magnificent things in this earth right now. So I know there's a lot of things people don't know and may not understand. But yeah, I love all, no matter what. Nevertheless, no matter what you believe, this channel is for all people, no matter what your religion is, no matter what your customs are, your belief, your traditions, your politics. Doesn't matter to the Most High. What matters is that love in your heart, though, and that ability to show love to others. That's right. It's an important commandment of the universe. Doing unto others as you would have another do unto you. Treat people the way you would want somebody to treat you. Like, honestly, loving thy neighbor as though you would love yourself, not your neighbor just next door. I'm talking about everybody you encounter, not your neighbor just lives next door. No, it extends beyond that. It means everybody that you encounter, love thy neighbor, people that you have differences with. You may not understand their culture, their beliefs, but you love them. The word even goes so far and says to love thy enemy as though they're your friend. Amen. That's important. That's important to the Most High. So that's what it's about. So welcome to the Melchizedek News Hour. We got a lot to talk about. Lots to talk about. It's been a busy weekend in the news. I'm sure many of you have seen all these auroras in the sky. Some people caught that, some people didn't. I'm curious over there in the UK. Sister Anaya, did you and your sister, did you all see any of the beautiful auroras and the rays in the sky? A lot of people don't know that is radiation. I know it looks beautiful, but it's radiation. And that's because there's a transitioning that's happening in the earth, and many people don't understand a lot of things that they're seeing. So first of all, I want to give some information as to this channel. Those in the live chat, you see that I've included the links to the Melchizedek Network. I've included lessons by Sister Chaya. From time to time, Sister Chaya, she brings out the word of God. And I do an occasional lesson with trying to edify my brothers and sisters. And that word and those lessons are in the description of this video. If they aren't, I'll put them in there. But they are under the playlist for this channel. And so I've included a link to the live chat. I've also included this new section that I'm doing. It's something to help us, help us to kind of get along with what's going on, to be able to endure. Coax us along is the word I'm looking for. The comedy section, Sister Chaya's Comedy Corner. Because if we don't, laugh about some things and find joy in life still, we won't be able to have the strength to endure. We won't. So that's what's important, is that we really understand that this earth is transitioning. So I'm going to pop up here just so you all know where to find these things. My last few lessons, at least the last few lessons that I've did, lessons with Sister Chaya, I did a lesson about the poisonous venom of anger. It's really important that people take the time to, it's up to you. It is your free will. But I did an awesome 3-hour lesson about anger and how it really is a spiritual stronghold, and it really hinders us because anger is not of our Father. It's not of the Creator. And a lot of people don't understand. Shalom there, Kings and Queens Coaching. It's good to see you. Yeah, anger is of the enemy. It's actually one of the characteristics of the enemy. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And so I went into depth about anger in that lesson. And also every now and then I do what's called Let's Talk. And I like to talk about like current issues. And it's a little different than the news, kind of a combination of the news and the things that are going on. But I actually ask for input, from my brothers and sisters, because I really would like to hear from you all. I'm not one to just, I'm capable of being a one-woman show, but I love it when you all give me your input. I love when you join in on the live chats. I love when you come on screen and just share things with me, and you can share things with the others that are watching. So that's what the Melchizedek Network is all about, is about bringing us all together and unifying the Most High's children, the children of men, all of us, because we all have gifts. We all have some input. We all have experiences and knowledge that can help somebody else. And also I did a lesson on character and reputation. So I just wanted to show that so that people know that that's what this channel is about. It's about bringing us all together. Right, Brother Daryl, Brother Greg, Sister Anaya, those that are in the live chat. That's the goal for all of us, to come together and realize that we're all family. That's really in one, under that one God, the one true God, who is the Most High. As I get started today, talking about that and trying to give you all strength to be able to endure, I want to start the news with a little something different. Number one, I'm going to start with the word of the day, because this is something that I put on my social media over the weekend. And this channel is to help you all stay strong. Whoever may be listening, appreciate you. Word of the day, because I did a little bit of a lesson when I was doing my Let's Talk. But the word of the day coming from James 3:13 through 18. And I'll just read that for those that are watching today on this Monday, May 13th, or just give you a little snippet. How about a little snippet on this Monday, to start off the week? Let's start it out with the word of the day from the Melchizedek Network. All right. And this is from James chapter 3, verse 13 through 18 from the New Living Translation. I hope that this helps someone today. Excuse me, my voice is just, that's because it's rainy up here. But it says that if you are wise and you understand God's ways, prove it by living an honorable life. Amen. That's what we're here to do. If you are wise and you understand God's ways, prove it by living an honorable life, doing good works with the humility that comes from wisdom. But if you are bitterly jealous and there is selfish ambition in your heart, don't cover up the truth with boasting and lying. For jealousy and selfishness are not God's kind of wisdom. Amen. Just off top with a little wisdom, because this is the Melchizedek Network. We represent for Christ, Yahusha, Matzah the Lamb, the true Messiah. It says, do not cover up the truth with boasting and lying. For jealousy and selfishness are not God's kind of wisdom. And I'm going to say the Most High, because I'm just learning so much about things that we've been deceived, even in names. Such things are earthly, unspiritual, and demonic. For wherever there is jealousy and selfish ambition, there you will find disorder and every kind. It says disorder and evil of every kind. Second part says, but the wisdom from above is first of all pure. That's right. The wisdom from up above is first of all pure, brothers and sisters. It is also peace loving. Look at that. Peace loving. It's gentle at all times. All, not some, all times. And willing to yield to others. That's right. Humble to others. You know what I'm saying? Help others, willing to yield to others, to think about others, to be empathetic. Think about others before we say things, do things. Be there for other people. It is full of mercy and the fruit of good deeds. I love that. Man, I'm telling y'all, if we just start putting these words into action, we will really be powerful. That's what it's going to take. It is full of mercy and the fruit of good deeds. It shows no favoritism. I love that. It shows no favoritism and it's always sincere. How about those that are parents? You got to learn. There's no such thing as a favorite child. You know, the Most High, we're none of his favorites. We're all his favorites. He says, I'm no respecter of persons. That's right. I don't elevate one above the other. It says it shows no favoritism and it's always sincere. I love all my children the same. And those who are peacemakers will plant seeds of peace and reap a harvest of righteousness. Amen. Man, what a good way to start the Melchizedek News on this Monday. It says, and those who are peacemakers will plant seeds of peace and reap a harvest of righteousness. That's why I say, what kind of seeds are you planting? What kind of fruit are you producing, brothers and sisters? What fruit are you producing in this hour? All praises to the Most High. I hope that was good for some of my brothers and sisters. I'm in a great mood this morning, and I pray that others are. And if you're not, maybe after a little bit of comedy, that will get you there. Sister Chaya has a new comedy corner, and the whole purpose is to help you laugh. Laugh a little. Everything is not bad that's going on, brothers and sisters. As a matter of fact, if you really understood, really, really deeply understood what was happening right now, you'd be running around your living room understanding that this is liberation. The things that are happening in this earth are about to bring peace, happiness, joy, righteousness. That's right. If you know the true words of your Father, for some people, it's not going to be that. They got to turn from their ways, turn from their wicked ways. But for those that really understand what the Father is doing, you should be just jumping up and down right now. I got up early this morning and got into the word of the Most High with a sister, and I'm just excited about what I'm seeing happen in this earth. But before we start the news headlines, family, Let's start with a little praise, and I'm gonna get y'all laughing and praising because laughter is good for your soul. It's therapeutic to your soul. Okay, let's have a little fun and a little praise on the Melchizedek News this morning.
It's been 9 years since Michael Jackson been gone. We want to celebrate. Said you want to be
starting some.
Hey, you got to be
starting some.
Hey, I said you want to be
starting some.
Hey, you got to be
starting some.
Hey, it's too high to get over.
Yeah, yeah.
You're too low to get under.
Yeah, yeah.
You're stuck in the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
And the pain is thunder.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
My mama say,
Mama Saru Makusa.
What your mama say?
Mama Saru Makusa. Mama Saru Makusa.
I got another one.
Mama Saru Makusa.
I said ABC is easy as
1, 2, 3.
Or simple as
Do, re, mi, ABC.
That's how
easy
yeah.
love can be.
My mama say,
Mama Saru Makusa.
What your mama say?
Mama Saru Makusa.
Mama say,
Mama Saru Makusa.
Mama say,
Mama
what y'all know about this one?
Makusa.
I wanna rock with you, yeah.
All night.
Dance you in today.
Sunlight.
I wanna rock with you,
All night.
We're gonna rock the night away. Hey, my mama say,
Mama Saru Makusa.
hey, my mama say,
Mama Saru Makusa.
oh, what your mama say?
Mama Saru
All right, y'all, this is my last one. Hey,
Mama Saru
don't blame it on them.
Sun.
What your mama say? Look here, family. It's a lot going on in this world, and Sister Chaya is gonna tell you because I am a sister of just. I'm talking about this daughter that the Most High has made. I have endured a lot, and I would not be able to get through probably half the stuff that I've been through, I'm going through, and came from if it wasn't for laughter. So that's why I'm giving you all that. We need laughter. It's therapeutic. So it's two things that are main ingredients to keeping you going, brothers and sisters. One is laughter. It is therapy for your soul, and it's crying. Crying is purification for your spirit. So laughter is therapy for that spirit, and that crying, yes, crying. You got to. People be holding it in, trying to be all tough. You better cry. I cry probably several times a day. Yeah, at least I'm thinking about it. I think I cry about several times a day. It's purification for the spirit. This is how we cleanse these garments. And a lot of people are not aware of that. So I just wanted to give that to my brothers and sisters. Sister Kaz, I see you over there cracking up. What your mama say? That's right. We had to have some laughter. With that being said, I also have something else I want to share with you all. I want to share the precept of the day. I brought that over the weekend, and I'm going to share for my brothers and sisters here. Sister Chaya brought the precept of the day over the weekend. Listen up, family, before we start the headline. The news ain't going nowhere, so, we might as well put the Father's kingdom first because the news, hey, we know it's a lot going on. But let's start with the Melchizedek precept of the day with some spiritual enlightenment. Shalom, family, and aloha from Maui, Hawaii. This is your sister Chaya with the Melchizedek precept of the day. And it's a little wisdom from our brother Jeremiah in chapter 14, verse 14. And it reads, "Then the Lord said to me, the prophets are prophesying lies in my name. I have not sent them or appointed them or spoken to them. They are prophesying to you false visions, divinations, idolatries, and the delusions of their own minds." Amen, brothers and sisters. It's about learning this word for yourself. Thank you, Brother Jeremiah. 14 and 14. We must know this word for ourselves. We cannot look to other brothers and sisters, although they, many mean well. Some, have their ulterior motives. But at the end of the day, we must study to show thyself approved. we must, work on our own salvation. That's what it's about. It's about us elevating and going through the stages so that we can be prepared for the Father's eternal kingdom, so that we may experience, immortality, because we are living souls. Amen. For those in my live chat, those watching, if you didn't know, you are a living soul. You are a spirit. That's right. You are a spirit. And so therefore, there's a whole lot more than just living for this moment right now and thinking you're just going to pass away and that's it. Go to heaven or hell. Oh, it's a lot more. Let's get started with the headlines, my brothers and sisters. And of course, I'm going to start with the weather, because although a lot of people were saying that it feels good where they are, and it was a little break, and we had the aurora. As a matter of fact, let me show you a little snippet of the beautiful auroras that were shown in different parts of the world, different parts of the country. But for some that missed it, let's take a look. Beautiful, right? Definitely, it's beautiful. But it's also, that's radiation, and the earth is going through a change. Shalom, Sister Risha, for jumping in here. Sister Risha, did you miss our praise that we just had? If so, you may have to go back and rewind this video if you missed some of the comedy that we just shared with the brothers and sisters to start off the day. Let's get into the news headlines, and we're going to start with the weather and what's upcoming for this week, because there's a lot developing always. We had a little break, at least some people did, but a lot of people didn't even know that Tallahassee, Florida got hit with like a pretty nice sized tornado. And so did parts of like South Carolina and stuff got hit with like storms over the weekend. So it might have been quiet for the majority of the country, but it's still a lot going on. And we're going to talk about it, especially down there in Brazil. I'm going to share that with you all right now.
I've got one that can see.
You doggone right you do.
The weather's about to get very active over the next several days as we have multiple shots for severe weather, which begin today and run all the way throughout the week. This includes areas in the southern tier of the United States and eventually going into parts of maybe even the East Coast and the Midwest and Ohio Valley as we go into the later half of the week. So in today's forecast, we're going to break down exactly what you need to know about these severe weather events that'll be coming to the United States over the next several days. We are going to begin first with what's happening right now in the United States today that'll lead to all these severe weather events, and we actually have a severe weather event happening right now in the southern tier of the United States. Notice all of this convection that is blowing up right now across Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and even back into Mississippi. We have some massive supercells that have been developing today. We actually had upwards of baseball-sized hail just east of Houston, Texas, not very long ago, and this particular disturbance is located back over in the Colorado and Kansas area. That is where this low pressure system essentially is able to pull all this moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico, leading to robust supercells that have been ongoing throughout the day today. In addition to this, we've been watching for tons of rainfall over the last several hours now, which is leading to a flooding concern. So there's a lot of stuff happening down here near Texas and Louisiana, and once we go into tonight into tomorrow morning, this is all going to shift to the east across parts of the Dixie Alley and even back into perhaps even the southern Ohio Valley, where there will be a chance for more severe weather tomorrow, which we might go live for, so make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Back over on the East Coast, things are relatively quiet right now, aside from all the cloud cover. We also have another low pressure system back up in Canada right now, which is not really impacting the United States, unless you're back over in parts of the Midwest, where there's also another low-end threat for severe weather today, with hail and damaging winds being the main concern. Elsewhere, things are relatively quiet. It is probably going to stay that way for most of the United States for the next few days, unless you're really along the southern tier of the United States. And then once we go later into the week, I think things will get a bit more active for parts of the Midwest and even the Ohio Valley and more of the Great Plains. Now let's talk more about this.
So like he said, it's a little quiet right now, family. but that's because it's the calm before the storm. So don't get caught flipping, because down there, even like towards Louisiana, Texas, they're dealing with some flooding issues, and there are some major flooding concerns for those areas. Check this out in Canada as well. They're dealing with wildfires again. I tell you, it's one thing after another.
And Canadian wildfire smoke is dripping south and has moved into the Twin Cities, where Minnesotans are facing the worst air quality as we speak in the country. The current AQI in Minneapolis, by the way, is 185. To put that into perspective for you, if you're outside or you're exposed to outdoor air for more than 24 hours, that's equivalent to smoking 5.6 cigarettes. So again, it is not healthy out there. A quick look at Glacier National Park in Montana, right on the border there of Canada. And again, the skies in the background were a little murky. Here's where we are in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Again, our current AQI is unhealthy due to the wildfire smoke from Canada.
Is anybody else starting to understand what is going on? There's purification that's going on in the earth. There's a cleansing that's happening. So in order to cleanse, things have to come down, and there's a transition. Yeah, the earth is a living spirit, and people don't understand that. Check this out, family. This is some footage from a EF2 that hit in, I think it was the Southeast, but this hit at a church. And pay attention to the what they're saying. I was thinking to myself, this was on Mother's Day, which was yesterday, a pagan celebration to Ishtar. Yeah, they're pagan goddesses and so forth, for people that really understand what these pagan celebrations and Babylonian beliefs are about. But there was a small tornado that hit this church. And I was thinking, that's because that should be a warning that's saying it's time to come out of the physical church buildings and understand that you are the temple of the Most High. The Father dwells within us. And, people aren't seeing it. They're there on Sunday worship, sun worship. And then on Mother's Day, and look at this tornado that came through. And I was listening to the comments of the people. Check this out.
Let's talk about this. A church in Finleyville took a direct hit from a twister. The roof of the building was ripped off during a prayer service. Crossroads Ministries pastor Ken Barner shared his experience during a virtual service on Mother's Day in the storm's aftermath.
I never thought we'd be coming to you under these circumstances. As most of you are aware by now, that our church was hit by a tornado. We had a tornado come and it hit the wing of our church. The tornado came up the hill at about 6:14 p.m. and it came up and it took the roof off of that building and it sent it into the woods. I witnessed what I would say is a miracle.
Miracle indeed. Ken immediately jumped into action and helped escort all of the 100 people down to the church's basement, where they ended up taking shelter until the tornado passed. But an unbelievable but also terrifying experience to live through. Ken is joining us now live from Finleyville. And Pastor, do appreciate you joining us, sharing.
I wanted to show the family that are watching and those that, may catch this later. I thought that was interesting because they said that they were having a virtual service. And I was just thinking about, look at the, I don't even have the words, just the joke that really church and holiness and really the true gospel has become, where they're like 100 people there gathered, but then they're broadcasting to other people virtually, and I'm sure that a big part of it is, to get money. That's why we're broadcasting our church service to those, virtually, so we can collect those dollars. It's so much of that going on. A lot of this is not about really serving the Most High's kingdom and teaching people the true gospel of doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. These church leaders, these prophets, these pastors, People are in business, and this is a business that is continuing. That's why they don't want to shut doors. They want to be right there on Mother's Day to put on the pretense that everybody have a good Mother's Day and you're living good, and make people feel good about their lives, and just make sure you come and give your offering and donation. And we don't care about what you do the rest of the week. Just, that little one day, just feel like you're serving the Most High. And it's a facade. It's really blasphemous. And that's what's really going on in this world. Even like I mentioned, that even most of these YouTube platforms, all of them, Facebook, you see so much of this that's occurring right now. People, it's a facade. It's a form of godliness is what it is. That's truly what it is. It's spoken in 2 Timothy. It's a form of godliness. And this is what the world is putting on. They're doing basically charades, a game of charades, for real. The world is a stage. And the people, they have all these they feel secure, like, oh, I went and did my Sunday service on Mother's Day, but that tornado came through, didn't it? And woke people up. And that's what's continuously happening in this earth. These natural disasters are going to wake people up, because people have been playing games with the gospel of Matzah the Lamb, Yeshua, Yahusha, the true Lamb. I'm going to share something that I shared a week ago, but I brought out a little snippet on Sister Chaya and her thoughts. That's why you must join me when I do Let's Talk. I always say, keep it real. I'm going to keep it real with you. Keep it real with me. But let's talk a little snippet, because I think it's so important that we understand that people really don't give a doggone about people. People are getting money. That's what all these churches and these online and these virtual broadcasts are about. It's about getting money from people. That's why I speak so boldly about it, because I'm a person of integrity. I'm not here to get your money. I'm here to help you gain salvation. Hallelujah. Save your soul. I don't want anything in a material form from anyone. The Father provides for me. Check out this little snippet from Let's Talk from your own Sister Chaya. That's what I call it. They finesse the people, asking for Venmos, Cash Apps, PayPals, Zelle, offerings, tithes, donate here, being monetized here, 501(c)(3)s everywhere, all behind closed doors. All these people getting coins. I'm keeping it real with you. The majority of people that are on these platforms, that's on the YouTube, that's on all these platforms, they're getting coins. But yet they talk about, the number of the beast, the mark of the beast, and Satan's system, when they're a part of the system and they have sold out to money. Probably about 95% of the people that's on these platforms. And the word of God says, what does it profit a man to gain this whole world but lose his soul? That's what's going on out here, people. You think that people would really be all on these YouTube outlets, the length of time that people are with all these different channels and people going on here every day, spending this much time, really, for year after year? And it's a lot of sites that have this, especially YouTube. If it wasn't some type of incentive, do you really believe that people really care about you just that much? Because I don't see that when I'm out here. They don't. They don't. And I'm just bold enough, strong enough, and have the Holy Spirit backing me up that I can say that. The majority of what we're seeing online, period, in churches, physical churches, what we're seeing online is people that are enhancing their pockets. They don't care about the souls of their brothers and sisters. There's some type of benefit. That's why when I go through these YouTube pages and I see anybody online, the first thing I look is at their descriptions. I look and see, do they got a Cash App link, a PayPal link, a Venmo link, something that's pointing people to make a donation. This is how I'm able to see their fruits. Because when you're really doing the word of the Most High, you're not fleecing the people. You're not asking for donations. You don't need those things because you already know that your needs are provided for, because the word of God tells us that. The word of Yeshua tells us that he provides for our needs. So I'm just strong enough to point it out, brothers and sisters. And I have integrity because I live a righteous life. And I know that the things that I say and what I'm doing is being monitored by the spirit realm. So I can't lie to you. So I'm not one that's out here getting any type of money or donations. I don't do anything that I do because of accolades and monetary gifts and materialism. Those things are beneath me. I mean, I'm just being quite honest. Been there. Me and my husband, we've always did quite well all our lives. We've been successful people. We've been able to manage these things, these monetary and materialistic things. They mean nothing. That's why I said, what does it gain a man? Period. If you profit from, you gain the whole world, but you lose your soul, it's emptiness there. So just something that I just like to call out because I see so much of it in this hour, and I just don't want to give my brothers and sisters, hold on to your coins because you're gonna need them. You need them to prepare for the things that are coming on this earth. You must get your house in order. That's spiritual house, physical house. Buy you some supplies, help family members. Use those coins to do something that is really beneficial. We got so many people dealing with homelessness right now. We have a ton of it here in Maui, Hawaii. And I know the rest of the world, the rest of the country. Look at all the people that have just lost their homes with tornadoes and stuff. Are these people that are secretly having 501(c)(3)s and getting all this undercover money and grant money from the government? Are they going to go and help the people that are losing their homes from the tornadoes and the flooding and the things that are going on? Are they doing that? Because I don't have much money, but the little bit that my husband and I have, we go and feed the community. We give out sandwiches, we cook. We do the little bit that we can. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, you can do that too, whatever little bit, even if it's your time, even if it's just spending some time on the phone with people. Charity is it's a number of ways that you can do charity. It's not just about material things. So that's passionate for me. So I just wanted to say that, you all. Sorry, Sister Chai getting all of feisty and stuff. I just had to say that. Because it's a lot going on where people need our help. As a matter of fact, this Brazil situation, all these like pastors and bishops all around the world are getting all this money from people. But are you, giving back? Look at Brazil, family. I wanted to show that in length to you all, family, because that's what's coming to America. What you just saw in Brazil is coming to America, and it's coming to America soon. And so, we like to be detached from things that are going on around the world because it's not affecting our immediate family or right at our doorsteps. But let Sister Chaya be one of the first to tell you that's what's coming to America. So the solution is within us. We have to be the change that we want to see. And until we start loving each other with unconditional love and start forgiving each other and put aside our bigotry, our racism, our bias because of what people believe, their cultures, traditions, think that we're above other people, we're going to stay as a society in these stagnant, devastating situations. Because that's when the healing is going to start, when we understand that we are all part of one body. So those catastrophic storms, just like we're seeing these these extraordinary, tornadoes that are hitting like the South and all through the path of totality. I always talk about that path of totality, that all these tornadoes have been hitting either on one side or the other. And now there's flooding coming this week, just like the flooding that was just happening in Houston. Until we wake up and realize that love is the antidote for everyone, we're going to be suffering. So just something to think about. I hope that I've given you something to think about today, because Brazil, we should be, empathetic and at least understand what's going on. Maybe this story here will help us. This just went down over the weekend in California. And I'm going to play the whole story because it's so touching, but we really need to listen in this hour.
A family without a mother on this Mother's Day weekend. The 3-day-long search for Brenda Duran's body ended at 5:30 today in Newman in the San Joaquin River. The 30-year-old woman was swept away after she jumped into the water to save her 11-year-old daughter. Now, this all happened near River Road. You can see it on the map there. CBS 13's Kayla Mueller.
With a scared look, and went under and then never came back up.
A family grieving the loss of Brenda Duran, a mother trying to save her daughter from drowning, and an older brother trying his best to help.
I realized she was fainted. I jumped into the river, I swam to the middle, I grabbed her, and I came out. By the time I saw that,
Both children made it safely out of the water. The search for Brenda lasted 2 days before the family contacted a private diver.
I asked him, how much will you charge me? He's like, I'm not going to charge you anything.
We found her
6 hours.
A little under 6 hours.
Family says these waters were filled with all sorts of water rescue resources, boats, sonar, drones. But they say ultimately it just comes down to training.
Maybe something that they do that every so often, brush up. One thing is to have the toys, but the other is to know how to use them.
The private divers who volunteered to help also recovered a high school student who went missing in the Calaveras River last month.
I have experience and I can read the water.
The Stanislaus County Sheriff's Department says the particular area she was found hadn't been searched yet due to order of protocol.
No, it's not a training issue. The divers were told, hey, this grid hasn't been searched. You guys can help us start searching this grid. And that's where she happened to be at. So it has nothing to do with training. And for lack of a better word, it has a lot to do with luck, right? Where is it that she's going to be?
Did y'all hear that? First of all, the divers, they volunteered. Okay, that's what's, the commandment, doing unto others as you would have one do unto you. And then in the midst of looking for this mother who, how tragic over this weekend, and her children to witness this situation, the divers, they found a body of another missing person trying to find her. Man, that was amazing to me. It was amazing and it was touching. This is why we just really got to understand the grace and the mercy the Most High has given us. And we got to feel grateful in this hour. I know sometimes we like to complain about our lives, like, oh, I got this and that going on. But man, there's always somebody that's going through something that's way worse than you or tougher than what you're going through. So you really need to count your blessings and be grateful in this hour. Touching story, but they were looking for this missing mother who unfortunately was deceased, and her children were there. But just the heart of this mother, you know what I'm saying? Look, it was a beautiful story. But the fact that they found another person as well, and they brought closure to that other family. That's what I'm talking about, brothers and sisters. So, Brother Greg, you were asking, is there any good news? That was a good story, because that gave two families, although tragic, closure. Meanwhile, we still got situations like this going down.
This shooting comes as there are now 3 Atlanta police officers recovering in the hospital after they were shot in a separate incident. Chief Darren Shearbaum says the suspect in this case is dead. We are told officers were responding to a call on Fairbank Avenue Saturday when someone reported they felt a person with a weapon was a threat to the community. When officers eventually found that person, Chief Shearbaum said there was a struggle that led to gunfire. Other officers on the scene rushed those officers to Grady. One was shot in the shoulder, the other in the leg, and the third was grazed. 2 officers are 31 years old.
Yeah. More of that. And this one over in Texas. But listen to this story right here, y'all. This was cray-cray. And they got video footage of it. Just demons walking just among us.
Only on 13. It may be one of Houston's most horrifying murders caught on camera.
And it happened in full view of neighbors in a subdivision near the Gulf Freeway in the Pecan Park neighborhood. ABC 13's Brooke Taylor is joining us now here in the studio.
Yeah, and Brooke, this really shocked a lot of us here in the newsroom.
It did, and sources close to this case tell me that this is some of the most horrifying footage they have seen in their careers. Police haven't said if the victim knew the killer, but they're hoping that a neighbor's video leads to a quick conviction and justice for his family.
Only on 13, deeply disturbing and shocking video of a murder in broad daylight. On May 3rd, the victim, Steven Anderson, is walking on Woodridge Square Drive to pick up his mail, sources tell us. He turns around at the sound of a screeching car speeding right into him. We're pausing the video right before he gets hit. The car reverses and hits him again, pushing him further into the street. Neighbors are on the phone, frantically calling 911. Another neighbor comes out with a pillow. And that's when the suspect, Karen Fisher, identified in court records as a man, but also described as she by police, returns with a knife in hand. The suspect yanks and flips Anderson over, straddles him, and kisses him. We're not showing what happens next because it's too graphic, but that's when police say Fisher stabs him 9 times. She casually walks off as if nothing happened and neighbors just watch. She then tries getting into another car while talking to witnesses. When that's unsuccessful, she leaps over the body and walks away.
It's very disturbing, yeah, because, I have kids here. So our kids could have been out here playing, and imagine that.
20-year-old Karen Fisher is in jail tonight, charged with murdering this 64-year-old. Her bond is set at $2 million.
Broad daylight, it was people.
They said it was broad daylight when all this occurred. I know a lot of people probably missed this story, but those that probably live in Texas heard of it. But they said it was Shira. Shira just snapped on this old man, and they saying that they weren't sure if they knew each other. Oh, I'm sure they knew each other. I'm sure they did. She turned that man's body over after Shira turned that man's body over after she hit him. Did you see how fast that car was going? That car, it was over. The car was going fast. Shira hit that man. Then she turned his body over, kissed him, and then stabbed him 9 more times. That's that overkill. That's demonic behavior right there. Those overkill situations. Sister Chaya calling it out. principalities in this earth just acting out all in the middle of the day. Kids going to school, neighbors looking in the middle of the day. For those of you, you may want to rewatch this later because that was crazy. And we'll see more things like that in this earth. So much going on. We got more. So much going on. How about this one?
Now at 9, a Mother's Day weekend tragedy in Pasadena. A speeding Tesla slams right into a building, killing 3 young people. Good evening, everyone. I'm Leslie Marin.
And I'm Gio Insignares. Welcome to KCAL News at 9, streaming live on CBS News Los Angeles. We start tonight with that devastating crash in Pasadena that took the lives of 3 young people.
Police say 6 people were packed inside a speeding Tesla when the driver lost control, plowed into a building. KCAL News reporter Nicole Comstock live in Pasadena tonight. And Nicole, you spoke to a mother of one of the victims.
Yeah, we did. And you know, all of the people involved in this crash were very young, some still students at a local high school. So this story is definitely going to hurt a lot of people in this community. And unfortunately, police say this was completely preventable. They say the driver behind the wheel was traveling at least double the 35-mile-per-hour speed limit out here, if not traveling at somewhere closer to 100 miles per hour when he lost control and crashed. Utility workers are repairing
and it was they said a Tesla. First thing I thought about when they said that, I was like, did the car malfunction? Did it just take off on its own? That's what I was thinking. Because, you know, Sister Chaya, I don't trust those Teslas. I call them the demon mobiles. I don't trust them whatsoever. Meanwhile, we have this story. Man, my condolences to the family. What a loss. 3 young people. People are leaving here, young and old, at an alarming rate right now, family. Tomorrow's not promised for anyone. That's why you must be prepared for the next journey. That's why the Most High is calling on repentance, because there's so much more to this than what we've initially thought. We got this story right here.
The man who became the world's first person to receive a kidney from a genetically modified pig has passed away. 62-year-old Rick Slayman died about 2 months after the historic procedure in March. He had been diagnosed with end-stage kidney disease late last year. In a statement, his family said, "Our family is deeply saddened, but take great comfort knowing he inspired so many." The hospital in Massachusetts, where the procedure took place, says there's no indication yet that his death was caused by that transplant.
You know, many of us that are in the chat, we heard about this, you know, that they had implanted this pig heart into a human. And it's interesting to follow up. The biggest thing, well, it was a pig kidney. I'm sorry. Man dies after historic pig kidney transplant. But see, this is man trying to play the Most High, trying to imitate the Creator, you know, from some false knowledge given by the enemy. And it failed. 2 months later, it goes to show you, you cannot mimic the Most High. You can try. You can try. But another thing, I didn't know it was a man of color either. So that was just interesting too. Not that it really matters. It matters that the enemy is trying to mimic the Most High and was not successful. So it just goes to show you. Another story that just happened over the weekend. This was terrible, terrible, terrible.
Just a few hours ago, we learned a total of 18 people were shot at that May Day event in Stockton. 3 other victims died. At this hour, deputies are still trying to track down the person who fired multiple rounds into the large crowd during an argument. Well, new tonight, 2 eyewitnesses believe that person was in a wheelchair. Investigators do believe multiple people fired shots, possibly in self-defense. Deputies are pleading with people who were at the party to come forward with information. We're told 1,000 people were at the event, and we have team coverage for you tonight. Our Ashlyn Mitchell leads us off from Baldwin County Sheriff's Office Investigation Center in Robertsdale. Ashlyn, deputies really need the public's help in on this one.
Yeah, they do, Ariel. I'm told the victims range from 13 to 60 years old. As you know, today is Mother's Day, so there are several hurting families. Now, Captain Andre Reed with the Baldwin County Sheriff's Office right now is asking anyone with any information to come forward.
with just multiple helos en route to this due to a NCI with multiple GSWs.
Tonight, the small town of Stockton is rocked by unexpected heartache.
It's a tragedy. This is not something that...
They said 18 people shot, 3 dead, ages ranging from 13 to 60, which I don't know why young people is where older folks is. And then they said it was over 1,000 people that were at this event, whatever it was, over the Mother's Day weekend. Matter of fact, happened on Mother's Day, which is worship to Ishtar, their goddess deities. Just interesting that these things are going down. And then this was in Alabama. And I was thinking, like, isn't Alabama one of the states that just got hit with all kind of storms and tornadoes over the past 2 weeks? But yet the people are so disconnected from reality. They're out there just partying and parlaying like life is 1999, like the song Prince had. They just out there, and people got injured, lives was lost, because the world is so unattached from the hour that we're in. We shall see more, as you can see. We shall continue to see more. Let's continue to pray for our brothers and sisters, those that are lost and do not have eyes to see. They're in darkness. They're blind because, of course, the God of this world, who is Satan, has blinded the minds of the people. They don't understand the things that are going on. They just out here partying and parlaying. 18 people shot, 1,000 people. But the thing, ages 13 through 60, it's terrible. As I leave out on this Monday, May 13th, family, with so much going on, let's end it with a bright note. Again, the Most High is on the throne. Everything that's happening is to restore the earth. We just got to transition through a storm. Yeah, it's a storm in front of us. And it's for purification because it's needed. Basically, things need to be cleaned up. Yes, the world is trash right now. Needs to be cleaned up. The earth, us as a people, just the spirits on this earth, everything has to be cleaned up. And that's what we're seeing. So there are going to be more catastrophes that are coming. Look for a lot of bad weather this week, family. Prepare, stay aware, be prepared. And Sister Chai is going to leave out with this one on a positive note, something to make us laugh. And keep the Father foremost. I had some scripture, but we're right at that hour point. I'll save that for tomorrow when I come on. I'll save it, family, because there's so much going on. Keep people in prayer. That's why the hashtag is pray for all. Pray for all as we leave out of here for this Melchizedek News. Thank you for those in the live chat. Enjoy this little funny snippet, family. Shalom. I know it was fast, right? Did y'all see how the man, how he threw that baby across the room? Brother Greg, you get a kick out of stuff like this. He was so glad to see his wife when she came home. He just threw the baby. Replay on that one. He was like, thank you for coming to get these kids. Get them away. I love you all, family. Have a good rest of your day. Shalom. Shalom, family. Have a blessed day.